jumps away to the lead. On the inside, Johnny Welsh is tackled by hard on the run through from the back. Coming together with Sidmore and Rob Worthington. More dives on the inside and climbs up and over. Tackle 3-4 times over is Sidmore. Rocketted the 95 car into turn 3, but the track was being used at that stage by George Tackle in the 5 car. And Sidmore took a ride in the sky in car number 95. By the long grey beard of the Prophet. Goodness gracious me. Well, if that mover had come off, it certainly would have been worth the price of admission alone. 95 machine being towed away by Jimmy Santos, back into the pits. Out comes the green, they do it all over again with Peter Craft taking the jump from pole position on the 55 car. Taking on the high line out of turn 2 is Rob Worthington to secure second running. Back then to Johnny Welsh carling off the field at the moment as Bobby Tunks as they high road out of turn 4 as Tunks plays in the lure of 2 high out of 4 and loses a lot of ground as the main 3 contenders now run wheel out of turn 2 down the back section. Peter Craft the leader back then to Rob Worthington. Johnny Welsh getting to the drive that high on the circuit as they swing out of first. Once again down the main straightaway, Rob Worthington takes over the lead now with Peter Craft relegated to second and Worthington going away down into turn 3. Craft fighting to hold on to second in advance of Johnny Welsh as they move on to the main straightaway. Worthington kicking it hard, swinging out of turn 2. Peter Craft doing a good job in the 55 car to hold down second in advance of Johnny Welsh. Bobby Tunks picking up the last ground now, moves up to within striking distance of Welsh. Heading up through turns 1 and 2, Worthington going away now with a comfortable lead as Tunks comes through on the inside as Welsh sits high on 2. Tunks takes over third running and sets his sights now on Peter Craft as they swing out of turn 4. Tunks takes it through into second running. Bob Tunks in the Unipart entry takes over second running, takes it on the high line out of turn 2. Welsh also gets back now to regain third and Peter Craft relegated to 4 at the tail of the third. Race leader is still Rob Worthington. 1.5 laps left to trouble now for Rob Worthington with the white flag out this time around. Worthington the leader from Bob Tunks and Johnny Welsh. Final run around the circuit now in the heat 2 of the sprint cars, race 5 on the card, black and white at the ready and a comfortable one for Rob Worthington. Rob Worthington first in the 47 car, Bobby Tunks next to the wire in car number 54. Back then to Johnny Welsh, who was third at the wire in the final car to finish. In 55 was Peter Craft. 10 laps of the journey, first to kick away was Rob Worthington. Sidmore tucking in on behind, but around goes Neville Stevens, putting it on 2 wheels and landing it back down trackside again. But of course the amber caution lights come out, but there's 2 on the pedal running out of 4, but backing off now onto the main straightaway. Rob Worthington, the early race leader, and Stuart has already told you can see it out there. Sidmore and George Tatnall back into action. Okay, racing again on the show on the green, and again Worthington kicks away. Coming in behind now is Bob Tunks in the Unipart entry, running deep into turn 3. On the high line is Sidmore running out of turn 4 onto the main straightaway, but Blackwell. Bobby Blackwell dives on the inside to claim third. Sidmore 2 wheels at 2-1, brings it back down to Terra Fairless. The 2 cars getting by on the inside include Rob Ruffley and George Tatnall, still wheel back in the back. Rob Worthington the leader, but bringing up quickly in the second place is Bob Tunks, throwing out the challenge to Rob Worthington as they dive deep into 3. Halfway around goes Worthington and Tunks, flips it sideways to avoid a touch of cars into turn 1. Tunks on the inside of the 54 car and Bobby Tunks takes the lead. Bobby Tunks in the lead and back again comes Rob Worthington. Back in third is Blackwell on the pedal, swinging out of turn 4. Tunks, Worthington and Blackwell running 1, 2 and 3 in the Hornsby Mitsubishi point score. Sprint car back markers lining up the circuit, running out of turn 4. White flag out now for Bobby Tunks. No change in the 1, 2 and as they make the final run out of turn 2 down the back section. Wellington in second, Blackwell making the charge in third, but it will be Bob Truck all the way to the wire in car number 54. Through to Rob Worthington, followed in then by Bob Blackwell in the one car. George Tatnall was the fourth car home to finish, followed in then by Neville Stevens. Sid Moore in car number 77. And filing to finish the event was Rob Rutley in car number 12. A track record to Bobby Tunks in car number 54. He beat home Rob Worthington in the 47 machine and Bobby Blacklaw. Interesting to note, the record that Bobby Tunks broke was Gary Rush's 6-lap record from November last year, November 1981. 2 minutes 31.09 seconds. So Bobby Tunks finding a fast groove tonight and breaking Gary Rush's November record for 6 laps. 1 minute 30.87 seconds, the new race time. Programs, let's cheer the boys on their way. 15 laps for the journey brought to you by Winfield and Traveller Tours are now racing for the first time through turn 1 of its rule-the-world action. Heading out of turn 2 down the back section, Peter Kraft, the early race leader, sitting in the 55 car. Action further back and around goes Rob Worthington in car number 47. Being on the amber caution lights and the out of turn 4, there's the green, racing again in tonight's main event. 15 laps is the journey. Graham Donny is quick to move to take over the second. Dynamite Donny in second, next through is Sid Moore's in there, punching up hard in third place. Bob Tunks on the move in car number 55. Blackwell fighting with the traffic further back in the back. Tunks locked up tight and quickly goes through to second on the second lap. Bob Tunks in car number 54 dives on the inside of Peter Kraft, and Bob Tunks takes over the lead. Peter Kraft relegated back to second. Blackwell on the inside of the New South Wales number 1 car. State champion Blackwell gets by on the inside of Kraft. Takes over second running now with Kraft relegated to third. Graham Donny back in the fourth running. Next one through is Sid Moore on the outside. Kev Worthington on the inside. Tailing off the board at this stage is George Tatnall. But halfway goes, around goes Graham Donny as collected then by Kev Worthington in car number 49. Gives it up. And car drops out the green as they race away again with Bob Tunks. Blackwell takes it on the high line and looks to make the move on Bob Tunks as they dive into turn 3. Tunks on the inside. Blackwell taking it up on the cushion and kissing the ridge and takes it through. Looking for the lead. Tunks runs in deep on turn 1, but Blackwell has the power in reserve and kicks away. Bob Blackwell, winner last time out of the Parramatta City Raceway for round 1, but Tunks has other ideas and comes on strong again. Holding down second, Sid Moore is the next one through in third in the 77 car. George Tatnall a little out of it at this stage, but back in fourth running in advance of Peter Kraft. Ron Dees to the extreme rear of Blackwell. Still leads the high-charging Bob Tunks in the Unipart car. Bob Blackwell running for Bars Weeks. Down into turns 3 and the 4, this time out of 4 onto the main straightaway, and Bobby Tunks is not giving up the chase at this stage. Hurling the freight through turns 1 and 2, down the back section, nearing the halfway mark of tonight's Sprintcar main event, round 17 on the Point Score Series. Brought to you, of course, by Winfield and Traveller Tours. Sid Moore losing ground but holding down a solid third in advance of an out of sorts George Tatnall in the Winfield car. No change further back to Peter Kraft with Romsey retiring from the event. Bob Blackwell not able to make any further with the lead over Bob Tunks. But Bob Tunks throwing out everything in an attempt to close the gap as Sid Moore drops out of racing from third place and surrenders that to George Tatnall at the moment in the Winfield car. And Peter Kraft back into fourth, and Tatnall strikes problem with the 5 car. George Tatnall appearing to have steering problem with the number 5 car as the power steering appears to go right on strong in the number 5 car. Look at Bobby Tunks in full chase of Blacklaw. It's a two-car race at this stage as they move in to Peter Craft as they swing through turn 4. Now we're being placed in third with George Tatnall slackening off the pace as Blacklaw comes through. White flag out for the streak now, Bob Blacklaw. Final run through turns 3 and 4 looking for the black and white. Final run out of turn 4 as Blacklaw makes it 4 in a row. Bob Blacklaw first in a hard charging Bob Tunks in car number 54, and third to the wire in car number 55 will be Peter Craft. 54 and 55, and making it a back-to-back wins, 2 wins from the last 2 starts of the Parramatta City Raceway in main events. Went to Bob Blacklaw in car number 1. Bob Blacklaw first in the number 1 car onto the main straightaway. Champion of New South Wales State, Bob Blacklaw. And what a gutsy drive from Bobby Tunks in car number 54. Down on power but giving full chase all the way, wheel to wheel. Flag to flag for Bob Tunks in car number 54. Sprintcar's racing now. Johnny Walsh takes the lead from the outside. Bob Tunks is quick to move, and Blacklaw honking it off the cushion now makes the run out of turn 2 down the back section. The Sprintcar's diving deep into turn 3. Kev Worthington powers out in third, but Johnny Walsh the leader. With the 386 rear power, the Sprintcar's throwing into turn 1. Blacklaw on the inside. Runs up in second now and sets side on Johnny Walsh and rushes to the lead. Bob Blacklaw takes the lead on turn 3, heading through third on the main straightaway. Blacklaw, Walsh and Tunks leading this opening heat for Sprintcars. Right up on the cushion again as Blacklaw. Swinging out of turn 2 now as Tunks takes the pressure on John Walsh, holding down second. Look at Blacklaw, unleash the power, running off the cushion on turn 4. Tunks toddling away, round about halfway through the event now. Blacklaw the leader and going away and straightening up with Tunks and as Walsh drives again on the inside. Walsh regains second. Tunks relegated to third and throws out the challenge again. Blacklaw already with about 4 laps down is moving through the tail enders. Picking them up and putting them down as the state champ. Blacklaw, a picture of concentration off turn 4. This time out, the white flag signifying the 5 laps completed and less than 1 remaining. Blacklaw going away as Bob Tunks regains second and has a long chase, but Blacklaw with only 2 turns to negotiate onto the main straightaway and the streak will take it. Bob Blacklaw first in the New South Wales number 1 car. Powering into second place is Bob Tunks in the 54 car. John Walsh third to the wire. Followed up then by Kev Worthington in car 49, forget the rest. There was a 1, 2 and 3. Clean sweep for the top contenders and that event just concluded. Heat 1 for the sprint cars from a 6-lap journey. Heat 3 on the program, brought to you by Tom Car Radiators, picking up the black and white as Bob the Street Blacklaw.
Our race time for Bobby Blacklaw, 1 minute, 35.49 seconds.
Comes to Green Racing. Johnny Walsh is the early race leader in the 92 car. Bobby Tunks off the circuit in car number 54 now as Rob Worthington takes over second running. Moving up quickly is Neville Stevens on the outside. Also there is Sid Moore making the run through from the back of the pack. There's Bob Blacklaw and George Tatnall. Kev Worthington locked in tight as Johnny Walsh and Chris is his leader, heading down the back section now in advance of Rob Worthington as they swing on the high line off turn 4. Blacklaw, the lightning drive, has gone up to take over third running. Neville Stevens in fourth now and taking some swish over from Sid Moore, who makes a nice clean dive on the inside. Sid Moore takes over fourth running as they head off turn 4. And Johnny Walsh is still the leader. In advance of look at Rob Worthington now, applying the pressure to Johnny Walsh. Bob Blacklaw's in there also. Sid Moore's cleared the pack and sitting far after the leaders as they swing off turn 4, heading up down past our control tower. Walsh Blacklow has already come through on Rob Worthington to take second now, applying the pressure for the lead. Walsh on the outside, Blacklow on the inside, cuts it tight on third, clear, goes to the lead. Rob Blacklow, the leader now as Walsh chases the bite on the high line, bounces off the cushion. Rob Worthington closes in again now in third running. Sidmore back in fourth and a horn got back to Campbell in the Winfield car. But it's Blacklow, Walsh, and Rob Worthington now takes over second from Walsh. Walsh relegated to the third running now as the lap dwindle away in the Hornsby Mitsubishi point score round 18. George Chapel takes it back to the pit and closer as Blacklow leads the high speed. Resperade swinging off the turn 2, accelerating to almost 1/4 of the lap lead over Worthington, who moves into a 10-2. All back to Brian Blacklow. Still in third is Johnny Walsh, fighting hard now as Sidmore dives on the inside. Moore takes over third running, swinging out of turn 2. This time out the white flag to the back. Bob Blacklow a streak in the number 1 car. Dive down, less than 1 remaining with Rob Worthington in second and Sidmore with a timely drive holding down third. Bob Tunks fighting his way back, but a little out of it at this stage now as the black and white comes out to Bob Blacklow. Blacklow first, Worthington second, and the third to the wire in car number 95 was Sidmore. And over, and it looks to be Sidmore in a 95 car for the second week in a row. Up and over on the run-up midway between turns 3 and 4. The 95 car of Sidmore now being swarmed upon by crash crew and officials over that area of the circuit as pit personnel are being ushered out of the area and back to the pit enclosure as the crash crew and recovery units move into attend to Sidmore, the upturned race car 95. Little Stevens taking the jump on the shoulder green as Kev Worthington dives on the inside. Well, Johnny Walsh was there also on the 92 car to take over third, but it's Blacklow and Tunks, the two Bobs, wheel to wheel on turns 3 and 4, heading onto the main straightaway. And Tackle gets through also now. Tunks looks to take over first. Tackle in fifth. Blacklow tails out in position 6 at the moment. Further back then to Rob Worthington, and last of all is John Bauer at the moment. As Neville Stevens attempts to set up a commanding lead in the 46 car. All locked in tight in turn 1. Blacklow and Bramwell touching rules through turn 2 as they race down to the bottom section of the circuit. Still the race on for the minor postage as Neville Stevens in the lead, and Johnny Walsh at 92. The two rookies now attempting to get further and further away in tonight's Sprintcar main event. Stevens the leader, Walsh in second. Coming through into third now is Bob Tunks. 10 laps left remaining in tonight's Sprintcar main event as Johnny Walsh comes on the inside and turn 4 and takes the lead. Johnny Walsh goes to the lead as Neville Stevens is relegated to second. All the pressure on Bob Tunks now as again Tatnall and Blacklow come at Tunks on the run down to that section. Owen Tatnall goes for the big drive on the inside, Blacklow on the outside, and Blacklow sweeps down the lane straight. Blacklow dives in the third. What a beautiful run from Blacklow to take over third. George Tatnall relegated to fourth. Oh, there's nothing in it on the main straightaway. As Bob Tunks scratching his head at the moment as he's relegated to position 5. But it's young Johnny Walsh in the 92 car, leading from Neville Stevens and Blacklow on the march now into 1 car as the laps dwindle away. On the inside goes Blacklow to claim second now, but it's still a long chase to the flying Johnny Walsh, with Neville Stevens back in third. Then comes Tatnall. Tunks, and now Rob Worthington moves up the challenge. 15 laps completed and now 5 left remaining for Johnny Walsh. Blacklow on the cushion, 1, 2 and 3. All on the cushion. position now. Neville Stevens in third, and Blackwell is slowly hauling in Johnny Walsh. Walsh with head down and tail up in the 92 car. At this stage, Johnny Walsh is doing everything right as he swings out of turn 2 to run down the back section. Striking distance of Walshy. Further back now to Neville Stevens, who's content to sit down in third. No change further back to Tatnall, Tunks, and Rob Worthington for that matter. And Kev Worthington last of all. Again on the cushion, 2 turns, 1 and 2. Comes in now for the dive on turn 3, but it's the last flag out with 19 laps left remaining, 19 laps rather completed, and 1 remaining now for Johnny Walsh in the 92 car. Bob Blackwell climbing all over the top as they run 2 turns, 3 and 4. A last one to sneak on the inside, but it's Johnny Walsh. Oh, Johnny Walsh by half a length on Bob Blackwell, Neville Stevens third. Back then to George Tatnall. Then came Bob Tunks in the 54 car. 15-lap journey, only not 20 laps as per program. My apologies. 15 laps only the journey. But taking the win in car number 92 is Johnny Walsh. Johnny Walsh with a well-timed drive, and as Lance Wilson informs us, just outside the record. Race time for the journey was 3 minutes 53.22, and the record for the 15-lap journey 3 minutes 52.9.
That was a fantastic race. I don't often get to Speedway, unfortunately, but I think I'll come more often, and that was a wonderful drive, and your father and everybody should be very proud of you. Here's your trophy, and wonderful, and congratulations. Thank you. Say a few words to the race fans.
So I thank Dutchie's Total Garage and the old man and all the people, Bevo and Shook, and everyone here tonight. I know what someone feels like when they win Wembley now. Thank you.
He's lost for words, but he did a great drive, so you should all be very proud of him. John, just coming in for a second. You don't get to win feature races every day. It's your first. How was it? Just how did it feel?
Terrific. Unreal.
All right, it was you had a good lead, and you must have felt the pressure, or did you hear the noise? Did you hear it coming from behind?
Oh, I knew someone would be there very shortly, but I felt I was going pretty fast, and the car felt good, so I just had to go as fast as I could. And I seen Bob just at the finish line, so I didn't think they were going to get me anyway.
But you knew he was there. How was it the last lap? You saw that white flag. What was the feeling? What was that little heart of yours going?
Well, this is the first one. Go for it, you know. So that's it.
Now or never, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Race fans, his first main event, Johnny Walsh. Oh, you got it. Second place, and current track champion, our current New South Wales champion, Sterling Drive, to come from behind. Obviously had some handling problems with the car. He battled it, and he went right to the wire. Bobby Blacklaw, a great drive for second.
Thanks, Sean. I just thank everybody for coming. We've had a great night. Also, my crew, Brian, Baldy, Bryce Barr, Frank, Paddy, all the guys that helped me. My sponsors. If you've got a crook radio to go, the guys at radios get new radio to put in, and when you finish that, put a can of Bars Leaks in and you'll be number one again. Also, Hornsby Diesel, Roger, Thorshey Redomi, Great Motors, Kelly Savage Tyres, Ramshead Service, Jock McLeod, Pipes, and all the other guys that we've got. Thank you. We'll see you next week. And also, Bob James for coming. I hope he's had a great night. Thank you.
Well, Bob, before you go, we're going to hand you over to Bob. And Bob, I sort of stepped in and did that there because we cut that down to a half-an-hour speech tonight. Like I said, you're not regular, but that was a half-hour cut off that normal speech. Bob James.
Right, thank you. Well, Bob, that was a great race for you. I was very interested to see you driving so hard, and I think you were just about buggered, weren't you?
Oh, you get like me. Yeah. Well, you have to run around the block a bit more often, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Stop drinking a bit, I guess.
Stop drinking, I don't know about that.
Stop drinking Monday night instead of Wednesday night.
Well, see, it's a problem with these young guys like John there, 22 years of age. It's a bloody headache, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm only 21.
You look at like me. Okay, congratulations. You won 2 races earlier tonight, didn't you?
Yeah.
So fantastic drive, pal. Really great.
Maybe Bob Jane will come and have a run here one night in a sprint car.
I didn't bring my heart pills.
All right. Another guy that's done so well this year, and well, it's really been a battle to see who was going to win the first main event from these two, Johnny Walsh. And the guy that come home a great third tonight, Neville Stevens. Bob, Neville Stevens, a great driver here at Parramatta, and I'll ask you to present the trophy.
Well, Neville, you know, there's third trophy, but as I say, there's always a winner, and there's always a second, always a third, hopefully. But great driving. I really appreciate those cars. I'm sure the race fans do, because there's so many of them here. Anyway, Neville, congratulations again, and good luck.
Thanks, Bob. Thank you.
I'll say to you.
We had a rollover here, as probably most of the people will know, not long after New Year. And to get it together after that has been nothing but one great hassle. Tonight, at least we've started to point in the right direction. So let's hope next week maybe we'll be up there at number 1, eh? Thank you.
Neville, it was another great race of yours. Just what was it like to see Johnny Walsh up front sort of beating you home first? Because it's been a battle between you two all year to see who was going to sort of be the first of the middle markers to come through and win.
Shocking.
Terrible. All right, great driving tonight from the Sprintcar. Straight away, racing now as we pick them up, headed into turn 1, Sutherland on the inside. The Queenslander takes the jump and goes to the lead, and while they're sorting themselves out further back, the Queenslander jumps away into the lead now as Bob the Street Blackwell fights his way clear into second running. In advance of Peter Craft, Johnny Walsh is the next one through. Also there is George Chapman, but way down on the lead at the moment. The Winfield car is Bruce Sutherland leading out at turn 2. Bob Blackwell in hot pursuit. No change further back from Johnny Walsh, Peter Craft now, and Tatnall starting to move up on the inside. Ryan Regan's further back, but the Queenslanders making a great show of it in the early stages of tonight's racing. Bruce Sutherland using the low part of the circuit, doing everything right at this stage with Blackwell throwing out the challenge in the New South Wales number 1 car. Here's the 2 state champions. Sutherland for Queensland, and of course Blackwell for New South Wales. Moving right away now from Johnny Walsh back in third place. Further back to Craft. George Tapple's gone out of it at this stage. Roger Thorpe's still in there, but almost the extreme wheels, in fact the extreme rear of the field. And Bruce Sutherland leading the second heat for the sprint cars. Race number 3 on the card. Moving up to the halfway of the event now with Sutherland. Still leading nicely down into turn 3. Blackwell clearing on more power as they run out of turn 4 onto the main straightaway. Well cleared Johnny Walsh by almost 1/2 of the lap of the Queenslander in the 7 car. Oh, this will be a talking point to the Sunshine Staters now. The Queenslanders looking set to take each 1 and 2 in the sprint cars on the Parramatta Coal Lane. Sutherland buttoning off that time across the line now as Blackwell almost loops it but gathers it in. It's loses ground on the run out of turn 2. And Sutherland doing everything right, using the low part of the circuit, but all the state for Sutherland, and Blackwell closes up. White flag out now with 7 laps completed. Blackwell has less than 3/4 of a lap to complete the journey and take the win from the Queenslander as they fight their way through the down cars now, and Blackwell comes with a late charge on the outside, the black and white at the ready. Blackwell takes his split, and they run to the line as the Queenslander. Oh, what a race in that second heat for the sprint cars. Oh, a call on the wire there, but I think you'll find with a narrow half-wheel win, I think you'll find the nod will go to the Queenslander in the 7 car. Bruce Sutherland making an incredible run at the Parramatta City Raceway, and a never say die effort from Blackwell into second, and we'll check with Stuart Telford for the third. I missed out on that completely. And I think it was Johnny Walsh to the wire with that dynamic run in the event just concluded. Racing now, comes on the outside as quickest to move. Takes the run out of turn 2, leading now. On the inside is Bruce Sutherland, who takes the Winfield car. Nudging his way through on the inside. Brazier takes the fly. Look at Brazier.
up the power band. Blackwell in third as they swing off the high line. Onto the main straightaway is Fraser. Blackwell now in the second. The Queenslander relegated to third. Punks on the move and there goes Rush. Rush through on the inside now and takes over third. So it's Brazier. Blackwell and Rush running 1, 2 and 3. Tatnell is out with 3 down and 5 left remaining for Brazier. Storm and Steve heading down into turn 3 and 4. Onto the main straightaway and cocks it up. Heading up into turn 1 in advance of Blackwell and Rush. You can forget the rest. This is where the action is centred. And Rush too wearing almost onto the side on turn 1. Goes it all in again and gets full chase, but it's Brazier. Brazier powers into turn 1. Sets it up on the run out of turn 2. Down the back sheet, and this race is all Brazier. Heading out of turn 4. Well clear of Blackwell now. Onto the main straightaway, heading up through turns 1 and 2. 1/3 of the lap lead over Blackwell, who's gone off the power band now on the run out of turn 2, and Gary Rush struggling further back in third running. The white flag out now for Brazier with 7 completed and less than 1 remaining. Final run into turns 3 and 4. In car number 58 picking up the black and white will be Storm Steve Brazier. Second of the wire, Blackwell, the New South Wales #1 car. And honking his way in the third in car number 2, Gary Rush. Parramatta City Raceway. So put your hands together for the PCR Gladiators. 15 laps will be the journey in the Winfield Rear of the Stars. Into rows with 2 now in anticipation of the start as they run off turn 4. Going with the bottom 2, yes, and out comes the green and racing now. And Tatnell and Brazier come together in it. Run up the main straightaway at the show of the green. Orange lights on and the field being slowed down over on the back section. Winfield driver Torch Tatnell and the 5 car and Storm and Steve coming together and up on the infield. Brazier still in the race car, likewise Tatnell, and it appears as though Brazier may have blown a tyre. Left inside rear. Tyre flat as a tack, Al. George Tatnell's front end collapsed. He'll be out of the event. His front end completely collapsed. Brazier still sitting in the car. He'll be waiting for a tyre to come out from his crew. Left rear blown on that one. We can't see any of the other tyres. But certainly a big one there, happening when the field Tatley bunch coming off turn 4 made its way down the main straight. Rob Worthington getting out of the racing groove, dropping a wheel over the edge, coming back up when there was a gaggle of cars coming through, and we saw the coming together of about 3 or 4 cars, with the ultimate seeing Tatnell go up the tail of Stuart Brazier's car, and the 2 spinning to the infield. Out comes the green and racing again on the Winfield Rear of the Stars, up into turn 1. Kev Worthington hooking up, and up and over goes Neville Stevens. Virtually pirouetting around from one end of the race car to the other and landing on all fours again, right side up, midway between turns 1 and 2. Neville Stevens getting out of shape. The car never actually went over, but completed an airborne series of pirouettes before landing back right side up. Crash crew quickly onto the scene now, and recovery units being called into action as the amber caution lights once again go out on display. Up comes the green and racing again on the outside. It's Kev Worthington, hooked up tight on the inside as Graham Donny, as Rob Worthington makes a run out of turn 2 as Rob Rutley tucking in behind him first. Through on the inside goes Tunks, Rush and Blackwell hard at it on the high line as they swing out of turn 4 onto the main straightaway. Steve Brazier hooks a rear on the outside of the cushion. Rush on the fly right behind Blackwell as they take over 4th and 5th spots from Graham Donny. Race leader now is Kev Worthington. Out of shape as Rob Worthington straightens up. Bob Tunks being pressured in 3rd now. Rush goes for an inside dive on Blackwell as they make the run Dickerson fighting hard. On the outside goes Rob Worthington, looks for the lead and gets there as they run off third onto the main straightaway. Into Alex Hinsfield, Wheel of the Stars. Rob Worthington, the leader, but Blackwell's come from out of the crowd now to challenge for the lead. Blackwell goes on the inside and takes the lead. Worthington in second and Rush is third. Blackwell, Worthington and Rush running 1, 2 and 3 up the high bench on turn 2. Running down the back section now and Gary Rush moves up the challenge. Worthington is driving the race of the season. Blackwell takes the opportunity to pour on the cove and move away down the back section with the leadership of this 15-lap journey for Winfield, the Wheel of the Stars, under the main straightaway. No change in the 1, 2 and 3 readout, with Blackwell skipping away from Rob Worthington, and Worthington's airfield is beginning to disintegrate now as Rush applies the pressure on the inside. Under the main straightaway, but Worthington's not throwing in the towel yet. But it's Rush with the power, goes through on the inside. So it's Blackwell, Rush and Worthington. Next one through is Bobby Tunks, then comes Storm and Steve Brazier. 10 laps completed and less than 5 remaining now for Bob Blackwell. Heading down through turns 3 and 4 with Gary Rush on the high line, chasing the leader Blackwell into the main straightaway. Bobby Tunks now takes over third running. Rob Worthington back in fourth now from Brazier. Brazier dives through on the inside and claims fourth. So it's Blackwell, Rush, Tunks and Brazier as the laps dwindle away. Race leader Blackwell again off turn 4 onto the main straightaway with only a handful of laps remaining. Gary Rush throwing everything at Blackwell but has no answer for the leading driver below it. That's New South Wales state champion Blackwell. Bobby Tunks still in third now and Steve Brazier applying the pressure. Looking set for the white flag as they run out of turn 2, but the leader Blackwell, 4, 3 and 4 onto the outside goes Brazier. White flag now for Blackwell, 13 completed. And less than 1 remaining. Rush in second and Brazier hooks it up to third. Final run out of turn 4 looking for the black and white, and it will be Barbara Street Blackwell from Gary Rush and Steve Brazier. Well, a great win to Bobby Blackwell, the current state champion, track champion, beating home tonight the national champion of Australia, Gary Rush. What a fine race of open wheel speed that one was. Blackwell charging through, risking life and limb in those early laps to get right through and do a great time. Race time of 3 minutes, 47.65 seconds, a new 15-lap track record. Blackwell's track record of 3 minutes, 47.65 seconds eclipses Gary Rush's time at 3 minutes, 52.93 seconds. So a mighty fine time for Bobby Blackwell, and a great race to him, a great win. Second home, Gary Rush, and Steve Brazier battling an ill-handling car there after that early incident in turn 1 on the opening lap. Has come home well to fight back and pull back a car a lap over the last few laps there to get up to third position. So the big three, Blackwell, Rush and Brazier. Race of the night. Racing now, the green comes out, glides on in the early race leader, hacking his way out of turn 2. Barbara Street Blackwell takes the number 1 car. Up on the inside as the glides on in, goes quickly to the lead. Swiftly moving through now is Gary Rush. Defending champion and former champion, Blackwell and Rush, not necessarily in that order, swinging out in turn 2, running down the back section. Blackwell still 3 lengths to the better of Rush as they run out of turn 4, but Rush takes the drive on the inside. major points in this opening heat for the 1982 State Championship for the Magic Spitters. Rush the leader, Blacklaw, goes on the high line and tries to pick up Rush ground on Rush, but loses ground on the run off turn 4, Graham Donny. Still holding down third as they make the run. Up through turns 1 and 2. Johnny Walsh tails the third in car 92, swinging out of the top section, running down the back now with Rush. Off 4, doing it easily with the number 2 car. Amended to an 8-lap journey, Gary Rush the leader. Bob Blacklaw failing to make any further impression on Rush as they swing off 4 now with Johnny Walsh getting on the inside and Graham Donny now retails the field back in 4th running. Rush, Blacklaw and Walsh in that order. Blacklaw skimming through turn 1. Completed, moving to the final lap of the 8-lap journey for Rush. Blacklaw closes up dramatically as Rush buttons up and Blacklaw makes a last turn run on Rush as they head out of turn 4 with a black and white out. Gary Rush takes the 2 car to the win. Bob Blacklaw in for second. Back now to Johnny Walsh in car 92, third of the wire. And of course the final car to finish was Graham Donny in car number 50. The first to put points on the board in car number 2, defending champion Gary Rush.
Race time now, 2 minutes, 5.70 seconds for Gary Rush. 2 minutes, 5.70 seconds for Gary Rush in the car number 2. Second to Bobby Blacklaw in the Parramatta car number 1. Third to Young Clark, it's Walsh in car number 92. John Walsh. Race time, 2 minutes, 5.70 seconds.
And that's the way it went in the opening point score heat for the 1982 State Championship for sprint cars. And you'll note that Bob Blacklaw had a camera strapped to the wing, the feature movie, Midnight Spares. 2 weeks ago we commenced the filming and sections of the movie here at the Parramatta City Raceway, and further filming taking place tonight for the feature movie revolving around sprint car racing in Australia. And the movie, of course, is called Midnight Spares. 8 laps the journey. Rob Worthington the early leader, but George Tacknell is quick to dive on the inside as they swing out of turn 2 for the first occasion, heading down into turns 3 and 4. This time past the post. 1 down, 7 laps left remaining with Tacknell going to an easy lead. Back to Rob Worthington, heading off now from Kev Worthington back in 3rd running. Stan Wallace sorting out the 9th car back in position 4 in advance of Ross Bolt. Graham's got at the extreme rear and right out of it at the stage as Tackle accelerates up turn 4. Increasing the lead now to about 25-30 metres. Over Rob Worthington as they swing through turns 3 and 4. Worthington sitting centre track of the stage, running nicely off turn 4 and failing to make any further ground. On the race leader Tacknell, who's already made his way out of turn 2 to accelerate down the back section. Rob Worthington now being challenged by Kev Worthington as they dive into turn 3. Tacknell doing it easy to reduce pace in the 5 car. As Kev Worthington moves up on the inside of brother Rob, and they race wheel to wheel out of turn 2, heading down the back section into turn 3. Graham's got 1 lap down now as Tacknell blasts his way through on the outside. Rob Worthington regains 2nd running now, but Kev dives on the inside, but hits her up, straightens up and done well to Mr. Rob Worthington, who was coming down track at the time out of turn 2. Rob Worthington still in 2nd running, heading off 4. Laps swimming away in the 2nd heat of racing for the sprint cars. White flag out now for George Tacknell. Winning it well in this one in the number 5 car with Just over half a lap left to travel now with a black and white at the ready for Tapple in the Whitfield car. Final run out of turn 4 onto the main straight away, and that's the way they'll run to the flag. George Tapple first. From Rob Worthington in car number 47 back to Kev Worthington in the 49 car. Followed up now by Stan Wallace in car number 9, fourth across the wire. From Ross Bolt in car number 39, and I think the journey, he's through qualifying, racing this time round, Neville Stevens, first to go out through turn 1, Bunce is the quickest through as they swing out of turn 2 to make the run down the back section. Bob Kelly takes over third and makes the run into turn 3, advances Savage, and Max Bradburn a little out of it this stage at the extreme rear of the field. As Bob Tunks thunders his way out of turn 2. In advance of Stevens and Kelly, no change in a 1-2-3 lead out, and it's going around sideways, however, with Big Savage in the 47 car bringing out the amber caution light. Bob Tunks, race leader at the time of the stoppage. Crash crew moving into a 10 now for Big Savage, who looped the 47 car on the run out of turn 2, and the recovery unit's being called into attendance onto the 47 car. Up comes the green again as Bob Tunks easily takes the jump swinging out of turn 2 from Neville Stevens. Back in second, no change further back to Bob Kelly in advance of Max Bradburn now, who's raced up to join the main contenders in the third round of racing. On Bob Tunks throws the car in sideways in turn 1 and accelerates out of turn 2. Neville Stevens in hot pursuit now as Kelly goes through on the inside with Bradburn having a half lose over on the back section. Races out of turn 2 in advance of Neville Stevens. Bob Kelly, the Queenslander, holding down third once again. The bottom of the Kelly car now coming adrift on the front two Zeus's on the car, but Dickerson not causing any problems for Kelly at the moment, holding down third. Next time around we'll see the white flag being displayed to the race leader. Bob Tunks, who's continued to extend that lead over Neville Stevens. This time out of turn 4, out comes the white. 7 laps completed for Tunks as he roars up into turn 1. In advance of Stevens and Kelly, it looks to be the pattern of the finishing order as they make the final run through turn 3 of the 4th. Oh, and Bob Tunks makes a very slow run out of turn 4 and has done a tire in Bob Tunks. Done a tire in the 54 car, but his momentum will take him to the wire as the winner in advance of Neville Stevens in car number 46, and Bob Kelly third to the wire, followed home by Dick Savage. Green racing this time around. Johnny Walsh, the race leader, and Blazer's quick to move. But Walsh goes around. Blazer takes evasive action to the outside. Walsh kicks away again. The green's still on the show, but it's Patnell throwing out the challenge now to Blazer. Graham Johnny, the race leader, onto the main straightaway. Steve Blazer working away at the wheel as Patnell dives on the inside. Johnny relegated to third now as Blazer comes through to second and running right over the top of Patnell as they head down into turns 3 and 4. Storm and Steve on the inside takes the 58 car on the inside of Patnell, but Patnell fights back now as Bradburn goes off the track on the main straightaway, but Patnell's still leader. 3 down, 5 left remaining. Patnell the leader as Brazier fights the comeback now in second place. Johnny's still in third and recovering from the spin way back in the pack as Johnny Walsh. Patnell still in command on the main straightaway as Brazier looks for the openings as they run out of turn 2. Again, Patnell accelerates away. Patnell goes in straight and in sideways as Brazier running out of turn 4. Still looking for the quick way around George Patnell. This time he takes that initiative on turn 2 and sweeps to the lead. Steve Brazier goes to the lead. Patnell challenges again on the inside. Drifting right up on the cushion. Going away in the 58 car from Tackle in 5. White flag out now for Brazier, heading for the win. 7 down, 1 left remaining. Tackle in 2nd. Donny still fighting hard to hold down 3rd. Final run into turns 3 and 4, and it's Storm and Steve Brazier out of turn 4 will take the black and white. Brazier first, followed in by Tackle in the 5 car. Word to the wire will be Graham Donny in car number 50, followed in then by Max Bradburn at the wheel of the 55 car, and Johnny Walsh, the final car to finish. Picking up the winners, Storm and Steve Brazier. Comes to pace Edison and Savage in 47, quickly on the gas. Stevens goes around into 46 and stops in turn 1. It keeps the engine going unbelievable from a dead stop. Meanwhile, Bobby Dunst has shot to the race lead in the 54 machine, and he zooms down the main straight. Engine screaming as he pulls away from Vic Savage in 47, and here comes Britton. Britton in car number 6, bouncing through the third. In front of Wallace in car number 9, and here comes Stevens trying to find a gap as he goes 3 wide to get into 3rd position. Wallace going underneath and drops into 4th. In the 54 car, Savage is holding down an easy 2nd at this stage. Stevens on the wall trying to pick up some room, runs it in 3rd. No doubt around the race leader, Bobby Tunks. Let's look at Bobby Tunks for a lap or 2 as he slides it in deep. Up by the cushion of the racetrack, zooming off turn number 2 and down the back straight. Stevens picking up some ground and should get by Savage. This is the way he's going as they head down into turn 3. Stevens to the outside, tucks it around the corner, goes up by the cushion, off turn 4, and he goes into 2nd. Stevens running the high line around the turn, stays up there. Tunks lapping away at this stage, and Stevens bouncing off the cushion down the main straight. Stays up high, looking for the race move. White flag out, Bobby Tunks, the Unipart car. Tunks slides it into turn 1 as Britton goes around and pulls up onto the infield. Off turn 4 for the last time, and here he comes, race winner, Bobby Tunks. Bob Tunks, been in the sick bed all week. Stepped out only yesterday to come racing tonight. Car number 54, the race winner from Neville Stevens in car number 46. Running out of turn 4, out comes the green racing now, and Kev Worthington takes a great jump to lead them through turn 1. Rush on the outside, also quick to move, but Kelly's bag on the inside line, but Rush races up the challenge on turn 3 and easily goes to the outside to secure 2nd, and now sits after Kev Worthington the leader. Kelly back in 3rd, Rush in 2nd, Kev Worthington the leader, back to Blackwell, skipping his way through turn 1 to take over 4th running. In advance of Rob Worthington, back in position 5, and Rush quickly goes to the lead up turn 4, onto the main straightaway, race leader, Gary Rush. Rush now commences to pile on the speed and sets up a commanding lead in the 2 cars. He sits 3/4 track, takes it up on the cushion off turn 4, going away is Rush. In advance of Kev Worthington, Bob Kelly now, and Blacklaw, the 2 box, wheel to wheel as Blacklaw dives right in on turn 1, straightens up and recovers, but tuck in behind Kelly now this time, making a dive on the inside of the race leader. Rush goes through, Blacklaw moves through to take over 4th now, and Bob Kelly relegated to position 4. Kev Worthington doing a good job in 2nd at the moment, but Gary Rush already onto the tail enders in Heat 6. 8 laps the journey for the championship. Blacklaw now gets by on the inside of Kev Worthington to take over 2nd running, but with a lap dwindling away and almost a half a lap chase to the race leader Gary Rush. Blacklaw in 2nd, back to Kev Worthington in 3rd, and Kelly in 4th. This time. Off turn 4. Arthur Cowan shows the white flag with 7 laps completed for the national champion Rush in the 2-car, swinging down the back section for the final occasion of this heat. Black and white at the ready, followed through by Blacklaw. Kev Worthington running fast. Off turn 4. Out comes the black and white, and Gary Rush takes the win in fine style. Bob Blacklaw next to the wire. Fastest second, followed then by Kev Worthington, car 49. Rush again putting points on the board for the championship chase, and also for the Hornsby Mitsubishi season point score. Bob Kelly was 4th to the wire, followed in then by Rob Worthington in the 47 car, and the final car to finish was Graham Scott in car number 11, and picking up the black and white. We're acknowledging the win in car number 2 is Gary Rush. Stuart, the race time.
And the fastest sprint car time of the night, 2 minutes, 3.48 seconds for Gary.
40 lap journey to explain the starting order. Of course, on the point scores allocated from the previous six rounds of racing from the point score, you've got the point score from the highest back down through the field with an inverted 6. So Gary Rush, who was top point score, was inverted from 1 to 6. So you'll see Worthington on 6 points. Out comes the green, 20 laps of the journey. Round 1 of the New South Wales Sprint Car Championship onto the circuit now. Blackwall on the outside, looks to the lead of the number 1 car as they race down on the inside as Gary Rush looking for the way through. This time down, 1 down, 19, left to travel. Blackwall heading off from Kev Worthington. George Tadnell now takes over 3rd running. Bob Tanks is there also as they charge. Out of turn 2, Kev Worthington gets back into 3rd. Gary Rush takes over 5th running as they run off turn 4 onto the main straightaway. Blackwall, Tadnell and Kev Worthington running 1, 2 and 3 as Gary Rush begins to round up the front runners now. Rush in 4th and making a dive on the inside of Kev Worthington. Race leader is Blackwall. Again on the inside goes Rush, moving out of turn 2 down the back section. Already moving up onto the tail enders is the race leader, Bob Blacklaw. Blacklaw, Tatnell and Rush running 1, 2 and 3. Off the circuit goes Brazier now. Steve Brazier slides off the circuit on turn 1, but rejoins almost at the tail of the field as Blacklaw, the leader, comes down the lane straight away. In advance of George Tatnell now and Gary Rush, slowly hauling them in. Kev Worthington in 4th in advance of Bob Blacklaw. 5 down, 15 left remaining. Blacklaw the leader again, off turn 2 down the back section from George Tatnell. And now the rain beginning to fall here at the Parramatta City Raceway as Gary Rush moves up to a challenging position as George Tatnell is holding down 2nd, and right around the outside goes Rush and chases after Blackwall the leader, who's making his way through the tail enders and running off turn 4. About 8 or 9 laps completed and already nearing the halfway mark of this round 1 of the New South Wales Sprint Car Championship at the Parramatta City Raceway, capital of Australian sprint car racing. The car is still offering incredible traction now as Blackwall goes through on the inside of Rob Worthington now. Blackwall the leader, Gary Rush moving up to him in striking distance. George Tatnell back in the 3rd running. Slides out of turn 2. Gary Rush still 25, 30 metres behind in 2nd and attempting to close up the distance. Still holding down 3rd is George Tatnell making the run. Again up through turns 1 and 2 as Gary Rush now moves to within about 4 or 5 lengths of the race leader Blackwall, who moves up onto the high line, chasing the bite off the cushion. Turn 2 down the back section with Gary Rush looking for the outside line on Blackwall as they swing onto the main straightaway, and Gary Rush sweeps to the lead. Gary Rush sweeps to the lead with Bob Blackwall relegated now back into position 2. Blackwell, the early pace setter, with almost 15 laps completed and 5 left remaining. 5 laps left remaining for Gary Rush. Blackwell in second. And still holding down third is George Tatnall. Rush on the high line now again, moving through the tailwind, lapping some of these cars for the second occasion. Into the closing stages of round 1 of the 1982 New South Wales Sprintcar Championship at Parramatta Raceway. On the turn 4, Gary Rush, still completely unchallenged in advance of Blackwell. And George Tatnall losing ground but still holding down position 3. Laps dwindling away in this championship now for 4 times champion of Australia, Gary Rush, in the number 2 car. Starter after car and has the white flag at the ready. Gary Rush races out of turn 4, onto the main straightaway. Out comes the white flag with 19 laps completed. And a little under 1 lap left remaining for Gary Rush. Gary Rush has blown a tyre or dropped the wheel. Oh, incredible bad luck for Gary Rush. With 3/4 of a lap left to negotiate. And Bob Blackwell will pick up the black and white. Incredible win, and Gary Rush is still fighting on. Rush is still fighting to run to the wire. George Tatnall will take second. And Gary Rush, what a finish in this New South Wales Championship round 1. And Gary Rush finishes 4th place. Incredible. An incredible drive from Gary Rush for 19 1/4 laps. Going to the lead about the 9-lap mark in this round 1 New South Wales Championship, disposed of the early pace setter Bob Blackwell, but with 3/4 of the lap left to run. Gary Rush, raw tyre in the outside wheel of the number 2 car over on turn 2 after taking the white flag, and kept the car on the straight line to finish up in the 4th place to see Blackwell regain the lead. Tatnall come through into 2nd place, and I think you'll find Bob Tunks in 3rd, but Gary Rush finishing the event in the number 2 car to finish up in 4th. Race fancied out of the car now, champion of Australia, and seeing the New South Wales Championship for the 2nd time taken from his grasp. Would you put your hands together for Gary Rush?
And now what would have been a race time for Gary Rush has gone to a race time for Bobby Blackwell, smashing his own record now. 5 minutes, 5.93 seconds, the new time, eclipsing 5 minutes, 21.6. So absolutely smashing his own record, and a record that Gary Rush would have sliced another couple of seconds off. So indeed, a new race record, 5 minutes, 5.93 seconds.
Good on you, Bob, congratulations. And it's good to see you back up here again, and still running the bits and pieces, you tell me.
Yeah, Barry Young still puts it together real good for us. I guess we should thank Gary Rush for this, eh? But I suppose the name of the game is get to the finish line, and Gary wasn't quite there at the right time. So we worked on it pretty hard. We were equal points with Gary through the heats. And for what we've got, we're pretty happy. We go to Newcastle tomorrow, keep our fingers crossed. We pick up another 2nd or 3rd, we'll keep them honest.
Good run, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd place tonight, Bobby Tunks. And running up in 2nd in the Winfield number 5 car, George Tatnall. George, congratulations on the 2nd place, and you told me out there, well, there's Newcastle tomorrow night. George, the car was really firing well in the early stages, but you seemed to lack some power as the race progressed.
We didn't lack any power, we just put a wrong tyre on, and we weren't going forward, but that's the way it goes. You read the track wrong, and you know, that's the excitement of Granville or any dirt track. It's the magnetism of it that you get out there and you say, well, I've got the right tyre on tonight, and you put it on and you go out and you might be completely off the pace, and then you go back in and change it, and that's why there's so much difference from race to race. You know, for the spectators, might see Gary Rush might be really switched on in one heat, and then the next heat he might go out and change the car and come back and be off the pace, and then change it again for the feature race. But yeah, Gary had his bad luck tonight. He had ripped a tyre off, but we all have our runs of bad luck, and he's had heaps of good luck lately, so it was good luck to Bobby and the rest of us, and on to Newcastle tomorrow night.
And after Newcastle, George is back here at the Parramatta City Raceway. Now the two, you'll be trying to win the double next Friday night in both the midgets and the sprint cars.
Yes, so we have the Winfield speaker here next week. We had a bit of a coming together in Melbourne last week with it, but I think we'll be right for this week, and we hope that we'll pull the double off with the two Winfield cars.
George, it's always great to talk to you. Ladies and gentlemen, second tonight in round one of the New South Wales Championship was George Tatnall. And the winner, round one here at the Parramatta City Raceway was from the Street Blackhawk. Off you go, Streaker. Probably I must have fell out of your head when you seen Rushy dropping over the edge there with 3/4 of a lap to go.
Yeah, I guess he should be standing here getting the trophy. Well, he beat me through the traffic once we got caught with lap cars and that. He got the brake, so I guess he should be standing here getting this, not me. But I guess that's just the luck of the game, really, you know. I had bad luck in Canberra and Gary had good luck, so, you know, it's a funny game.
Bob, it's been a funny game for you this season. It's been bashed and crashed. It's done the end for enders down here at the main straight. Parramatta City Raceway, but you're still up there pushing hard and around about halfway through the season to go. So there's a whole bunch of racing still to come your way. But I know you're still looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, right over part of the game, I guess. Won't be the last time we'll do it again, I guess, before the season's out. When you're running to the back mark and that, it's sort of, you just expect it, you know. Go there, just hope you sort of come out straight.
The green and racing, Ross Bale from the pole position of the 49 car. He was first to run out of turn 2, but Kev Worthington very quickly on the move in the 49 car, goes quickly through turn 3. Also there is Graham Donny with Worthington hiking a wheel on the inside, running out of turn 4. Graham Donny in second and lining up for the inside pass on Kev Worthington, but doesn't have the power to match the pass on the run out of turn 2. Ross Bale relegated to third now. Further back to Bruce White and Ron Peace at the extreme rear of the field. Kev Worthington, the race leader, down through turns 3 and 4 in advance of Graham Donny. And Ross Bale hacking it up in the 39 car, holding down third running from Bruce White. No change in the readout as we pick up the leader. Kev Worthington down through turns 3 and 4. Graham Donny calling on more power but can't match it at this stage. Oh, and locks up tight on the run out of turn 4. Losing ground, allowing Ross Bale to skip through in the 49 car to secure second running. So the readout is now Kev Worthington, Ross Bale and Graham Donny in tonight's Sprint Car Front Markers, race number 10 on the program. Himself and the race leader, Kev Worthington with a white flag up. Worthington has a half loses ground now with Ross Bale moving right into contention now in the final run down the back section. Ross Bale on the inside. Kev Worthington shuts the gate as both swamps to the outside. Looks for the inside again on turn 4 as they run to the black and white, but only half in it to Kev Worthington in car number 49. From Ross Bale and fastest third on that occasion was Graham Donny in car number 50, back then to Bruce White in the 77 car, and the final car to finish was Ron Peace in car number 16.
Pretty smart time there too for Kev Worthington. 2 minutes, 7.40 seconds. 2 minutes, 7.40 seconds for Kev Worthington in the 49 GDX car. Second was Ross Bale in the 39 Valvoline car, and third to Graham Donny in the Donny car number 50. 2 minutes, 7.40 seconds the race time. 49, 39 and 50 the race cars.
And of course, the event brought to you by Bob Jane T-Mart. Arthur Cowan gives green 10 laps into the journey, racing now. Graham Donny first to see turn 1. Vic Savage splits the difference as they head out of turn 2. Moving quickly now is Rob Worthington as they head down into turn 4. Kev Worthington locked in tight. Bobby Tunster also roughly on the move. Centre 4 now. Gary Rush locked in at the back now. Owen Rush makes that beautiful split on the main straightaway. It takes it up high now with Blacklaw. First through from the back with Rush now moving into challenge again. Bobby Tunster in fourth running, but running high on the outside line. Rob Worthington up in second now. Hiking a wheel, sits on 2 wheels, out of turn 2, on the inside of Johnny now, and Worthington goes to the lead. Johnny relegated to second, bursting through the third as Tunks. Bob Tunks in third, Kev Worthington fourth, and Gary Rush in position 5. But the race leader is Rob Worthington, sitting centre track, off turn 4. Rush high on the cushion now. Worthington and Tunks drives on the inside. Tunks takes over second. Graham Donny relegated to third and Rush is fourth. Blackwell on the inside, goes on the inside of Rush. Out of 4, onto the main straightaway. Blackwell and Rush. Rush the Australian champion. Blackwell the state champ as they swing off turn 2. But Rob Worthington accelerating on 4, going away with him. Hornsby Mitsubishi points to round 21. Bobby Tunks throws the bits and pieces into turn 1. Swings out of 2 in the 54 car in second running. But Rush tails out to position 5 now with Blackwell in third. Sets it on the cushion, swings off turn 2. Meanwhile, Worthington onto the main straightaway. Bobby Tunks pushing the front end off 4. Blacklaw now moves into challenge for an out of shape Tunks now as they swing out of turn 2. Rush still back and forth with the white flag out with Worthington. For the 1/3 of the lap lead. Worthington, final run down the back section. But Tunks still in second. Blacklaw challenging for the position. Final run to the black and white, and what a win to Rob Worthington. Rob Worthington first in the race to the line now sees Tunks for second and a fast finishing Blacklaw third. Back then to Gary Rush in the 2 car. Fastest fourth to the wire. Graham Donny next one home. Back then to Kev Worthington, Ross Bolt from Newcastle. Rob Rutley in the 12 car, Vic Savage, car number 47, and the final car to finish in car number 55 was Terry Becker. Once again, out comes the green hand racing. Goodness gracious me. Well, Rob Worthington left facing the very quick oncoming traffic, but all drivers quick to take evasive action. 2 points to Rob Rutley in car number 12, who handled it brilliantly in the 12. provisional placings as we see them from our commentary position. Bob Blacklaw first in car number 1. Neville Stevens second in the 46 car, and Rob Rutley third in car number 12. Should get the green this time around, swinging out of turn 4, out comes the green. Ross Bolt is quick to jump into the lead with Bruce White on the outside. Peter Craft goes back into second now with Ross Bolt jumping away, and up and over goes Robbie Worthington. Rob Worthington hooking up in the traffic on the first run. Through turn 2, crash crew quickly in attendance now. The car towing company with Blacklaw, out comes the green. Racing away once again. Ross Bolt quick to jump in the 39 car and scones out of turn 2. For the run down the back section, Kev Worthington was best out of the pack. Look at Bobby Tunks coming through and coming on, and Terry Becker straightened up, running down into turn 3 and took it up through the craft. Bringing on the amber caution lights now, and the race cars buttoning off as they head down the back section. Troubles for Terry Becker as he set the car up for the run through turn 3 and kicked it on the sideways run through there, but the car obviously or appeared to catch up with the track down there and hook up in the car. The 55 car of Terry Becker absolutely straightened up and went dead ahead, making a hard ride right across the bow of Peter Craft. And for the racing, out comes the green. They kick off onto the main straightaway, up through turn 1 and 2 again. Ross Bolt for the third time jumps away, not so easily now as Kev Worthington moves onto the tail, but now Ross Bolt clears the traffic. Bob Blacklaw quickly into stride, already up into third. Swoops on the outside of Worthington to take over second running. Bobby Tunks back in position 4 from Bruce White. Ross Bolt driving a tidy run up front now as Blacklaw comes through. And Blacklaw takes the lead as they swing off turn 4 onto the main straightaway in the Streaker. Moving away in the 1 car. Ross Bolt still holding on to second now, but Bob Tunks has moved into challenge in car number 54. Kevin Worthington relegated back to position 4 in advance of Terry Becker, Bruce White and Vic Savage. Blacklaw using the circuit to advantage now as he skips out of turn 2 and applies the power on the run down the back section. Bob Tunks has cleared out now for Rossi Bolt to take consolidate that second place and get full taste. But Bob Blacklaw already in a streak. Moves up onto the tail enders, and that's Jimmy Robinson. The first one up in car number 18. As Blacklaw swoops by on the outside. Alan Sonner also second from last. Now it's Blacklaw moves onto the main straightaway. Kicks it up through turns 1 and 2. The front Tunks has got all the stops out and attempting to haul in the flying Blacklaw. Back to third now, Rossi Bolt having some problems with the down cars in the 39 entry, but still holding down a solid third in advance of Kevin Worthington. Race leader Blacklaw out of the black spot on turn 2, running deep into 3 now, kicks it up on the high bank around the outside of the Bob Hill, onto the main straightaway, and Blacklaw is hauling the freight. Into 3 and 4 now again, onto the main straightaway. 2 laps left remaining for Blacklaw. Blacklaw catches the flyer on turn 2 and puts down the power now. But this time going to the outfield on turn 1 via Duck Creek will be Bruce White in car number 77. Okay, but with the yellow coming out, the white flag would have been displayed, but there's the black and white coming out. 1, 2 and 3 declared. The win going out to Bob the Street Blacklaw. Bobby Tunks in second and Ross Bolt third. Whatever way you look at it, a great win for Bobby Blacklaw. Had his mind set on that one at the show of the green, kicked away from back of the pack in the early stages, and Bob Blacklaw picking up the black and white with a devastating run in the New South Wales number 1 car. Getting set to go with the Peter Dickerson Sprintcar Memorial Classic, with points going toward the season point scores for the Winfield Series and the Travellers Tours prize. Okay, attempting to form up into rows of two. 15 laps will be the journey. All set to go this time as they run out of turn 4, but Gary Winterbottom says no go and pulls them back into line. Okay, again they come round to greet the starter, but the steward has his hand in the air. Front row drivers, of course, now both from Wollongong. Lloyd Cleaver in car number 66. And Johnny Hotchkiss sharing the front row in the number 21 car. Okay, Bob Hilber is in. Out comes the green and racing in the Peter Dickerson Sprintcar Memorial. Johnny Hotchkiss, early race leader, Lloyd Cleaver drops back into second placing. Bruce White is quick to move and take over third. Tommy Hill in fourth. Next one through is Rob Bolt. Then comes Rob Rutley moving through on the inside. Oh, and Gary Rush drops it backwards on turn 3 in a cloud of dust that kicks away again almost at the extreme rear of the field. Meanwhile, Blackhair is picking them up and putting them down, running out at turn 2. Bobby Tunks is tailing the field also now, with the race leader heading off turn 4 onto the main straightaway is Johnny Hodgkin. Next one through Bruce White. And Ben Hill flies off the circuit on turn 1 in the 83 car, but gathers it in again. Rob Rutley vying for the lead. Rutley goes through in the second, and halfway round goes Bruce White to pull it down again. And Ross passes quickly on the hammer in the 39 car, and Blackwell up to position 5 at the stage. Rutley the leader. So it's Rutley from Hotchkiss. Next one through, Bruce White, Ross Bolt, and Blackwell kicking it right off the cushion. Bounces down, low on the circuit, swinging through towards 1 and 2, and Rutley the leader. No change further back to Hotchkiss and Bruce White. Blackwell in third, goes round the outside of White. Blackwell in third, running onto the main straightaway, so it's Rutley, Johnny Hotchkiss and Blackwell. But the street takes the number 1 car through to second running. Gary Rush to it, almost the extreme rear of the pack and fighting hard through the slow cars further back in the pack. For the 1, 2 and the 3 lead out now is Rutley, Blackwell and Hotchkiss. As they race out at turn 2, Bruce White regains fourth running now. Bob Hill the next one through from Ross Bolt. Again, onto the main straightaway, and Rutley attempting to make every post a winner as he works hard at the wheel of car number 12. Swings out at turn 2 with Blackwell in hot pursuit. Oh, and Rutley goes high on the 1, 2, 3, but Blackwell follows suit. With Glenningle going around off from the infield and rejoins further back in the pack. Johnny Hotchkiss still holding down third now with Bruce White attempting to get through on the inside to take over third. Oh, and Blackwell now moving right under the car as Rutley onto the main straightaway. Rutley and Blackwell hard at it, well clear for the remainder of the pack with Bruce White in third. 10 laps completed and 5 left remaining now. Blackwell on the inside. Blackwell and Rutley wheel to wheel. Rutley still the leader onto the main straightaway. 5 laps left remaining for Rutley. Blackwell looking to take the way through and head for 3 in a row. Still in second. A long shot back now to Bruce White in third running as the laps dwindle away. Round the outside of Timmy Robertson, they go on this time. Blackwell drives on the inside. On turn 2 in the street, goes to the lead. Blackwell the leader, New South Wales champion. Bob Rutley relegated back to second in the Gurlock car. Off turn 4, onto the main straightaway. Only a handful of laps left remaining for Bob Blackwell. In the Peter Dickerson Sprintcar Memorial Classic, swinging out of that turn 2. Bruce White, still in third, but fighting back for challenges. Onto the main straightaway runs Blackwell. Back to Rutley, no change. Further back now to Bruce White. Started after count, moves into position with the right side now. Moving into the very closing stages of the event. This time onto the main straightaway. Right side out to Bob Blackwell. This 13 racing laps completed and under 1 remaining now as he makes the final run. Down the back section, into turns 3 and 4, Rutley in second, Bruce White in third, winding it up off turn 4 onto the main straightaway. Out comes the black and white, and the win going to Blackwell third. Bob Blackwell the winner, fast finishing Rob Rutley in the second, and Bruce White will take third. Followed in now by Ross Bob, back then to Johnny Walsh in car 92. Further back to the 21 car of Johnny Hotchkiss, then came Kev Worthington in the 49 car, and you'll probably find further back was Vic Savage, Timmy Robinson in the number 18 car. But the winner of the event just concluded the 1982 Peter Dickerson Sprintcar Memorial Classic in the New South Wales number 1 car, Bob the Street Blacklaw. Second in car number 12 was a hard charge from Rob Rutley, and a good run to Bruce White to hold the remainder of the field at bay in car number 77 to finish up third.
Now we have a race time of 4 minutes, 00.85 seconds, 4 minutes, 00.85 seconds the race time for Bobby Blacklaw in his 8th main event.
The top nights of action this season at the Parramatta City Raceway, not that each and every Friday night is an action night at Parramatta, because it certainly is, but tonight, of course, has been an exceptionally good one, and we've seen some superb action. And of course, the merit going out in tonight's meeting, of course, is this fabulous Peter Dickerson Memorial Sprint Car Classic, and we've got Peter's wife Sharon on hand with the kids to assist in the trophy presentation. So I think, without further ado, we're going to move on to the winner of the inaugural Peter Dickerson Memorial Classic. And I'm going to call on the Parramatta fans to show their appreciation before I hand over to Sharon to make the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, winner of that Memorial Classic, Bob the Street Blacklaw. Okay, I'll hand over to Sharon now to make the presentation to the streaker.
First of all, I'd like to thank the promoters tonight for giving my daughters and I the opportunity of coming here. We feel extra proud of Peter tonight, as we always did. He really loves Speedway, and he put a lot of his life into Speedway. In his words, it was a top race. I'm sure he's watching here tonight, and he's glad that Bob's won it. I'd just like to congratulate you, Bob, and hope you have as much success next year in the race. Thank you.
I'd just like to thank the kids and Sharon for this beautiful trophy, and I think Glenn, Sharon's brother, and the Robinson family, and old Fred Dickerson here. I guess the whole lot of them behind this, and to win this for me tonight is really something special, because I raced with Peter years ago when I first kicked off. We used to race at Liverpool in the dirt, and we had a pretty good friendship, and to win this, it's really something. It's just like winning a state title, I guess, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. There's been less money donated by different sponsors than in the race. I don't know whether it's been in the program or not, but I'd just like to thank all them for their generous donations to the race, and also to all my hard-working crew and Felshie for doing me motors, and all my sponsors, their names are on the car, you can see them. I'd just like to thank them, and thank you all for coming, and I really appreciate this trophy, and it should be number 1 on the mantle, please. Thanks very much.
Well said, streaker. And in second place, a tough race all the way, and I think he may have thought he had it in the bag at one stage, but then this number 1 car come from out of the cloud. But I think you can put your hands together for a tenacious race. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rob Rutley. Sharon, if you would.
Now I've got the microphone back, I think Bob stole some of my speech. I was so nervous I forgot to thank everybody. I'd really like to thank the promoters tonight and the Sprint Car Association, all the people who did sponsor the race, also to Tim and Anne for the race, and I'd like to give a special mention to my brother Glenn. He had a bad accident here 12 months ago last week, and I didn't think that he would come out here tonight, but because of his association with Peter he has. And I'd really like to thank him because it means a lot to me to think he was in the race. I'd also like to congratulate Bob after all that, and a really fine drive.
Thanks very much. I never had the opportunity to know Peter, but I did hear a lot about him, and I never ever met him, and
I'd just like to thank all those concerned for the trophies and his family and all that, and his children, his wife Sharon, and everyone else concerned. And all those business houses that put up the lap money, I got a bit of it, so I'm happy, you know. And, also I'd like to thank my crew, John Holloway and Rick McCann, Gary, Brad, my two sponsors, Gerlocks, you know, the brakes are working all right, it's pulling up all right, and Barlow, the freight company. And the bloke I'd like to thank most is Spelshie, you know, we were sort of having a bad run there for a while and couldn't do anything right, and he sort of stuck with us, and a lot of other people give us away, you know, because we weren't firing. He persevered and gave us a hand, and that put a new engine together. We done one the other week, which was my fault. He worked this week and worked long hours, and, you know, he told me not to stretch it too much tonight, so I didn't, but there's another big race coming up here, so just hope we get the breaks we got tonight. Thanks a lot.
Good on you, Rob. Sounds like you've been to the Bob Blackwell speech therapy class there. Definitely a carbon copy.
That little guy over here has probably run 1,000 fans out there tonight, to say the least. What a drive. Certainly been a long time between watering holes. Ladies and gentlemen, in for third in the Peter Dickerson Memorial Classic. How about putting your hands together for Bruce White? Bruce, congratulations. I'll hand over to Sharon for the final presentation. Thanks, Sharon.
Bruce, congratulations. A very good drive. I haven't seen you drive much before, but I was very impressed tonight. I hope you have more success next year too. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I think, as she said, it's probably the best drive I've had all year, and it's been damn lucky to do that. But I'm sorry it had to be on a night like this, a memorial night, but you can't say much about Peter that hasn't been said, I think, by Bob or Bob. But at least now I have something more than a memory to remember a fine competitor and a terrific bloke. Thank you very much, all the sponsors. It was very, very well received, the late money, and so on and so on. And thanks to my crew especially, who have helped me enormously with that car. And I hope we can keep up the performances that are starting to show now. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bruce White. Okay, Sharon, we'd like to thank you very much indeed, and thanks to the girls, because I know it was a hard job for you to come out here tonight, but I think all the friends and that Peter had, I think it reflects in the attendance tonight amongst the race drivers and of course the race fans. Ladies and gentlemen, would you put your hands together for Sharon Dickerson and the girls? Thank you.